What's with that expression? Aren't you happy to be a part of the Luther family?
Rebecca's face grew even less friendly.
Madam Rebecca, do you think I really want this marriage? If it weren't for my grandmother and aunt threatening me, do you think I would willingly spend my entire life with your son? Lyria couldn't contain herself.
Lyria, you're really bold. Do you think there's any man who would want you? You should be grateful that I chose you to be my son's precious companion.
Madam, if your son is so precious, you should take care of him for a lifetime and not let him get married.
Lyria truly didn't hate someone who was mentally disabled, but being forced to marry someone like that was something she would never accept. She genuinely apologized to George Luther. She had no intention of demeaning him.
You...
Rebecca's face darkened.
I will tell your grandmother and aunts about your insolent behavior, Lyria. Let's see how they will discipline you.
With that, Rebecca stormed off, leaving Lyria frustrated. Lyria sighed and left the city's largest shopping center. Her phone rang.
Yes, Estelle.
Where are you now? I went to your office, but you weren't there.
When did you come back? Why didn't you inform me?
I wanted to surprise you. Tell me where you are. Let's have lunch together.
I'm at the city's shopping center now.
Great. I'll head there. Let's have lunch at the Red Moon restaurant.
Okay, I'll go to the restaurant and wait for you.
I'll be there in 15 minutes.
All right, drive safely.
Yes, my dear.
The call ended. Lyria headed to the restaurant where her friend Estelle was waiting.
Lyria?
Lyria felt nauseated. In her grandmother's mansion, she had to encounter Caitlin, and now, in this restaurant, she had to meet this snake-like woman again. Truly annoying. Beside Caitlin was Tamara, Caitlin's childhood friend and one of those who had often treated Lyria poorly. They had attended the same school from elementary to high school, and Lyria was fed up with Caitlin and Tamara's bullying and drama.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be with Aunt Rebecca?
Caitlin looked at Lyria as if she cared.
Who's Aunt Rebecca?
The lady from the Luther family. Lyria is going to marry George Luther, the only son of the Luther family.
You mean that mentally disabled George Luther?
Yes, yes.
Lyria, you're truly something.
Tamara looked at Lyria in awe.
To enter a wealthy family, you don't even hesitate to marry a mentally disabled man.
Lyria gave Tamara a disdainful look. This woman would twist facts to make her look like a gold digger who just wanted a luxurious life.
Tamara, don't speak ill of my sister.
She was even willing to be a second wife to a wealthy old man, but after that marriage failed, she chose to marry a mentally disabled man. Your sister is truly desperate to live in luxury.
Each word Tamara uttered was venomous and malicious. Some of the restaurant patrons around them were now looking at Lyria with disapproving glares.
Are you done talking?
Lyria retorted indifferently. She was used to these games by these two women. She had never caused a scene during her father's lifetime because she didn't want to make her father more disliked by her grandmother. But Caitlin's treatment towards her had become increasingly unbearable.
Look at how arrogant this cheap woman is.
Tamara sneered at Lyria.
Tamara, who do you think is cheaper between me and Caitlin? She's my sister, yet she seduced my fiancé by spreading her legs wide open. And then, with no guilt, she stole my fiancé. Isn't Caitlin much more disgusting than me?
Lyria stared at Caitlin sardonically. Caitlin's face froze. How dare Lyria reveal such a thing in a public place?
Lyria, don't blame Caitlin if you couldn't keep your fiancé. What's wrong with Caitlin being with Razin? The one Razin loved was Caitlin, not you.
Tamara barked fiercely. Lyria chuckled.
See, you can't even distinguish right from wrong, but you dare to talk so much about me.
What I said is the truth.
Caitlin, you know more than anyone about everything. Don't you want to fix it, or should I do it myself?
Lyria, don't use me to clear your name. You may be my sister, but I won't accept being made a scapegoat like this.
Caitlin exclaimed, refusing to fix Lyria's tarnished image.
Fine, then let me make it clear. The Chester family company is currently facing trouble, and to help them get out of it, Grandma and Mom used me as a bargaining chip. First, they wanted to marry me off to a married man. They didn't care if he was cruel or not. All they knew was to trade me for some benefit. The man was Mr. Ramos, who was recently arrested by the police for various cases, from sexual harassment to bribery and tax issues, after failing to marry me off to that dreadful old man. Grandma and Mom wanted to marry me to the heir of the Luther family, who is mentally disabled, and if I refuse, my mother's medical expenses will be stopped.
Shut your mouth, Lyria. Never dare to slander Grandma and Mom. You're truly wicked to your own family.
Lyria gave a small smile.
Slander. Do you want me to prove whether it's slander or not?
She took out her phone.
I have found the man who will marry you. He is the son of the Luther family. You will marry him in a week.
Mallory's voice came from the phone. Kytlin's face turned pale. Lyria had recorded their conversation from a few days ago.
Lyria, do you know what George Luther is like?
This time, it was Kytlin's voice. Some people nearby turned to look at Kytlin in horror.
He's mentally disabled, and it's a perfect match for you.
Even if dogs could give you what you want, you would definitely marry me off to a dog.
Turn it off, Lyria.
Kytlin tried to snatch Lyria's phone, but Lyria dodged.
You should be thankful, Lyria. By marrying George, you'll live a luxurious life.
Thankful. Yes, indeed, you're so generous.
The recording ended with Lyria's sarcastic voice.
Caitlin, tell me, do you need another recording to prove that I'm not slandering Grandma and Mom?
Lyria challenged Kytlin.
Lyria, you must have doctored that recording.
Well, then we can have it examined to see if I forged it or not. I don't mind taking this matter further, Caitlin.
Lyria, you'll regret this.
Kytlin's true face emerged. There was no warmth of sisterly love anymore.
Tamara, I believe you owe me an apology.
Lyria turned to Tamara. Tamara wasn't willing to apologize to Lyria. She considered herself above Lyria's status.
That's right, miss. You should apologize for slandering this young lady.
A restaurant patron spoke up. Other listeners around agreed with the statement. Tamara felt extremely irritated.
Caitlin, let's go eat somewhere else.
Tamara, watch your words next time. I might sue you for defaming me.
Lyria looked at Tamara coldly.
Ah, like a woman like you would dare to sue me. You're just the daughter of a whore.
Lyria's hand flew to Tamara's face. She couldn't stand when her mother was insulted like that.
Tamara, I'll rip your mouth open if you dare insult my mother again.
Lyria said firmly, her face now looking fierce.
You bitch, how dare you slap me?
Tamara was about to go berserk, but Estelle arrived in time. She pulled Tamara away, causing her to fall to the floor.
Huh, these two bitches. Aren't you satisfied with disturbing Lyria?
Estelle exclaimed angrily.
Estelle, watch your language.
What? Did I say anything wrong? What should I call you if not a bitch? You shamelessly stole your own cousin's fiancé? Should I explain how you seduced Rosin? Lyria has recordings of your past conversations, Kytlin. Your reputation hasn't been destroyed until now because Lyria didn't want to ruin the Schaester family name?
Caitlin looked at Lyria in disbelief, staring at her. Did that damned woman record all their conversations? Caitlin knew that she would truly be ruined if Lyria played those recordings. Caitlin grabbed Tamara's arm.
Let's get out of here.
Both of them were embarrassed, unable to bear the disapproving looks from some of the patrons present.
These two women are truly despicable. It seems like they left home without bringing their brains.
Estelle said with disgust. She then turned to Lyria.
Are you okay, Lyria?
My hand is just a little sore.
Lyria had slapped Tamara's face quite hard, so naturally it hurt.
I feel sorry for your hand. However, you should have slapped her twice. She dares to slander you like that. Luckily, you're clever enough to record every conversation. Otherwise, your name would have been tarnished again by those two snakes.
Have you been here for long?
True, it's been quite a while. I knew you were hiding something from me.
Let's sit down first. I'll tell you the details.
Yes, I feel a bit nauseous because of Caitlin and Tamara.
Estelle began to walk towards a table with Lyria.